The stars above Earth were calm. For the first time in many years, there was no war in the galaxy. The skies looked peaceful. The spaceships floated slowly in orbit, waiting. In the great halls of the Galactic Union Station, a moment of history was about to happen. Earth was ready to sign peace with the most powerful alien race in the galaxy, the Valari Empire. Inside the giant council room, hundreds of alien leaders sat in floating chairs. The air shimmered with glowing lights. At the center of the room stood two figures, Ambassador William Hayes of Earth and High Chancellor Veltar of the Valari. The two walked forward slowly, each step echoing. Everyone watched in silence. Hayes smiled. "We are proud," he said in simple trade language, "to be part of the Galactic Union. Let us begin a new chapter, together." Veltar nodded. His long silver robe flowed behind him. His face, cold and unreadable, tilted slightly. "We welcome the humans," Veltar said. "May this treaty bring peace forever." They both reached out and pressed their hands on the treaty crystal, a bright flash. It was done. Earth and Valari were now allies. Cheers echoed through the hall. Cameras from across the galaxy captured the moment. Earth was finally respected, no longer the young race, no longer ignored. But, at that very second, 80,000 kilometers above Earth, a Valari warship uncloaked in orbit. The first betrayal on Earth, the cities were celebrating. In New York, fireworks exploded over tall buildings. In Tokyo, people danced in the streets. In Lahore, children waved human and Valari flags together. TV screens showed the peace ceremony live. But in a dark command center under the Arctic ice, an emergency alarm flashed red. Unidentified object approaching Earth's orbit. Valari signature detected. Commander Eva Morgan leaned forward. "What? They're supposed to be allies now." A second alert appeared. More ships detected. Cloaked. War pattern formation. And then, everything changed. The first strike above Earth. The Valari warships launched missiles. Not warnings. Not tests. Real weapons. In seconds, cities began to burn. New York was hit first. Fire exploded across the skyline. Skyscrapers fell. Communications went dark. In Moscow, a plasma bomb destroyed the central government building. In Islamabad, a Valari drone swarm tore through defense systems like paper. People screamed, sirens blared, but there was no time to escape. The attacks were fast, surgical, ruthless. In orbit, Earth's satellites were destroyed. The peace treaty had been a trap. Ambassador Hayes watches the fireback in the Galactic Union Hall. Ambassador Hayes was handed a tablet. His smile slowly faded as he saw the images. Live feeds from Earth. Smoke, fire, civilians dying, children crying. He dropped the tablet. "What is this? What the hell is this?" Veltar stood calmly beside him. His face didn't change. "You signed the treaty," Veltar said. "But we never promised to honor it." Hayes stared in disbelief. "Why? Why do this?" Veltar walked away without answering. The death count rises. Within 2 hours, 19 major Earth cities were destroyed. Over 45 million dead. Hospitals overflowed. Governments went silent. The internet failed. Only a few military bases remained untouched. Deep, underground, or hidden in space. On Mars, the colony received a last message from Earth. They betrayed us. Hidden leaders. Awaken in a hidden base beneath the Rocky Mountains, a secret room lit up. Project Vengeance had activated. Old military commanders, retired long ago, were brought in. Among them was General Marcus Steele, a man thought to be dead. Habe looked at the burning images of Earth. "They made a mistake," he said. "They didn't kill all of us." The galaxy watches. Silently across the galaxy, other alien races watched Earth burn. Some felt pity, some felt fear, but none moved to help. The Galactic Union Council stayed silent. They called it an internal conflict. They said Earth must have broken the treaty. They lied. The survivors rage. In the ruins of Berlin, a young woman named Alina carried her injured brother through ash and smoke. Around her, survivors whispered the same word: betrayal. They didn't understand politics. They didn't know about galactic laws. They only knew one thing. The Valari came with smiles and left with blood on their hands. The Earth was quiet now. Smoke rose from burning cities. The sky, once blue, was dark with ash. Streets were empty. No cars, no people, just ruins. In London, a child sat beside her mother's body. She didn't cry anymore. She was too tired. In Cairo, a man screamed at the sky. Why? Why us? In Beijing, hospital workers worked without power, saving who they could, with their bare hands. The world wasn't just under attack. It had died. The bunkers, but not all of it. Deep underground, in hidden bunkers beneath mountains and oceans. Humanity's last strength waited. General Marcus Steele stood inside Black Site Zero, a cold metal fortress buried 5 miles under Nevada. Around him, old soldiers watched giant screens showing Earth's destruction. "Status?" Steele asked. A young officer replied, "Only 12% of Earth's military is still operational. Most were destroyed in the first wave. Civilians are trapped. Communications are broken." Another officer spoke, voice shaking. "Sir, this was a complete betrayal." Steele stared at the map of Earth. "No," he said slowly. "This was not just betrayal. This was extermination." He turned to the room. "Activate Project Vengeance." A long pause. "Sir, are you sure? That protocol hasn't been used in 70 years. Steele didn't blink. "Do it." The hidden arsenal all across Earth, in secret locations, ancient human technology woke up. In Siberia, a bunker opened to reveal Titan-class mechs, giant robots the size of buildings. In the Pacific Ocean, a submarine base came online. Inside, Earth's first AI-controlled battleships. In Antarctica, old nuclear vaults powered up, preparing for use. These weren't new weapons. They were forgotten ones. Too dangerous, too brutal. Created during Earth's last Great War, but never used. Until now. Humanity's anger in the mountains of Pakistan. A surviving unit of Earth's Special Forces received orders. No surrender. No prisoners. Begin Phase 1. The soldiers looked at each other. One whispered, "We were peaceful. They made us monsters." In Brazil, hackers in underground labs connected with satellites that had survived. They started spreading the truth to other alien races. Earth was attacked without cause. The treaty was a lie. We will not forget. The truth began to spread like fire. Mars answers the call far away. On Mars, the colony had watched everything from their satellites. Their leader, Admiral Kira Sol, stood in front of her officers. "Earth is burning," she said. "They tried to kill our home. Now they'll see what we've become." Mars had been quiet for years. They mined, built cities, grew food, but secretly, they also built warships, fast, deadly, silent. Because the Martians never trusted the aliens, humanity. Is reborn back on Earth in one of the ruins of Chicago, a group of survivors listened to a new message on an old radio. A strong voice spoke. "This is General Marcus Steele. Earth has fallen, but not humanity. We are alive. We are fighting. If you can hear this, you are not alone." People cried, not in fear, in hope. From the ashes, humans began to rise. A doctor in Rome created a mobile clinic and saved dozens. A group of teenagers in Nigeria built a power generator from scrap. In Japan, engineers reactivated an old drone factory to build new scouts. Earth was reborn, not in peace, but in fury. Valeri celebrates early on the other side of the galaxy. The Valeri Empire celebrated. Inside their capital, Emperor Sarkun drank wine and watched Earth's destruction on a screen. They were weak, he said. They were children, replied his advisor. A general entered. Do we finish them? The Emperor smiled. No need, the job is done. Let the galaxy see that betrayal brings power. But he didn't know. Earth had only just begun to fight. The K. Message. That shook the galaxy suddenly. Across the galactic network, a video appeared. It showed Earth's cities burning. But it also showed something else. Soldiers marching underground, massive machines powering up, a child saluting the Earth flag while standing on rubble. Then General Steele appeared on screen. You wanted to kill us quietly, to break our spirit. But we are not broken. We are awake, and we are coming. The video ended with Earth's symbol, the burning eagle, and one word, retribution. Unity in the shadows. In secret, humans began contacting other betrayed races. The Valari hadn't only hurt Earth, there were others, small planets, weak species, broken colonies. Earth reached out to them, not with promises, but with proof. We lost everything, Earth said. But now we fight for everyone who was lied to. Some agreed, some stayed silent. But seeds of alliance were planted. The change begins. In a cold lab, Dr. Leon Joe opened a cryo chamber. Inside was Ares 9, an experimental human-AI hybrid soldier. Time to wake up, she whispered. In orbit, Earth's last functional stealth ship, the Night Reaper, left its hidden dock. Its mission, destroy a Valari supply line. The war wasn't official, but the revenge had started. Humanity's new face back in Black Site Zero, General Steele stood before his officers. This is no longer about peace, he said. This is survival, evolution. War. He pressed a button. A giant screen showed Earth's new banner, a shattered Earth, with steel wings rising from it. From this day, he said, we are not the same humans they attacked. We are the new Earth. In the cold silence beneath Antarctica, the ground shook. Not from an earthquake, but from something waking up. A red light blinked. A door that hadn't opened in 72 years hissed and slid open. Steam poured out. Inside stood a giant figure, metallic, deadly and motionless. On its chest were the words, Iron Ghost, Unit 01, do not activate. But it was too late. Project Vengeance had begun. Earth's last cards inside Black Site Zero. General Marcus Steele stood before a room full of senior officers and scientists. He pointed to a screen that displayed blueprints of machines, giant war robots with human minds and artificial brains. These were built during the last Earth War, he said. Too dangerous, too advanced. Even we were afraid of them. But now? He paused, looking at Earth's destruction on another screen. Now we need monsters. A woman stepped forward. Dr. Arya Chen, lead engineer of Project Vengeance. They were called Iron Ghosts, she said. Each one is 40 feet tall, piloted by a human but also synced with an AI core. They think. They adapt. They don't stop. An officer raised a hand. How many do we have? 11 units, she replied. Hidden across the world. Activate them all, Steele said. The first ghost rises. In the frozen mountains of Alaska, Unit 04 powered up. Inside the cockpit sat Captain Eli Brand, a veteran pilot once thought too broken for war. His eyes glowed faintly blue as he connected to the AI. He whispered, Ghost, are you online? A deep voice replied in his head. I never left. The ground cracked as the Iron Ghost stood up, massive arms, plasma cannons, energy blades. For the first time in decades, a human war machine walked again. Valerie's supply raid on. A quiet asteroid base near Saturn, a Valari supply station operated smoothly. Hundreds of alien workers moved crates of plasma fuel and ship parts. They didn't expect trouble until the sky tore open. Earth's stealth ship, Night Reaper, arrived. Before the Valari could react, soldiers dropped down, silent, deadly. In just 12 minutes, the base was destroyed. No survivors. On one of the walls, humans left a message burned in fire. "You started this. We finish it." Mars deploys. Firepower Admiral Kira Sol stood on Mars's command bridge. "We are ready," her officer said. 4 capital ships, 2 stealth frigates, drone fleet ready to swarm. She gave the order. The Red Fleet of Mars, hidden for decades, launched into space. Their destination, Valari outposts near Neptune. Their mission, wipe them out. A new type of human in an underground lab in Iceland. A cybernetic soldier stared into a mirror. His name was Dax. He was once human, but now enhanced with nano armor, thermal vision, and speed 4x, faster than normal. "Why did they make you?" a technician asked. Dax looked at a photo of a destroyed Earth city. "To kill everything that took our future." He picked up his rifle. "Let's begin." Iron Ghosts, unleashed in India, Unit 07 stomped through a broken city, scanning for survivors. It found 300 civilians trapped under a mall. Using its massive arms, it pulled rubble away and protected them from falling debris. One child looked up and whispered, "It's a metal god." Captain Aisha Khan inside the cockpit smiled. "No," she said. "It's a human soul in armor." The galaxy notices. In the Galactic Council, alien leaders argued, Earth is launching attacks again. They were attacked first. They should be stopped. A small insectoid ambassador from a peaceful race whispered nervously. They were quiet for a while, but now they're moving like fire. A screen showed a map of Earth's revenge strikes. Valari bases destroyed in 2 days. The message was clear. Humanity was not dead. It was angry. Valari tries to strike back. The Valari, proud and overconfident, launched a counterstrike. A full fleet of destroyers moved toward Earth's hidden moon base. But as they approached, Iron Ghost Unit 02 jumped from behind a crater and sliced through 2 ships with a plasma blade. Earth's mines exploded around the Valari, trapping them. Drones swarmed in. The entire Valari fleet was destroyed. Only one survivor returned to tell the tale. "They don't fight like before," he said. "They are shadows, machines, ghosts." The War Room, Earth's first victory. Speech General Steele stood in the War Room, looking at holograms of Earth's first successful attacks. "This is how we fight now," he said. "Smart, fast, ruthless." Dr. Chen nodded. The Iron. Ghosts were built to fight alien empires. And now they finally get their purpose. Steele looked at the camera. "Send this message to the galaxy." A soldier clicked record. Steele spoke directly, cold and calm. "Earth is not asking for peace. We gave you that once. Now we take what is ours, one strike at a time, and we won't stop until the sky is ours again." The ghosts march forward. The episode ends with all 11 Iron Ghosts marching together across a burned Earth desert, side by side. Behind them, a flag flies high, a dark Earth symbol glowing red. From the sky, a Valari spy drone watches in silence. One of the ghosts turns its head toward the drone, looks straight at it, and smiles, then crushes it with a single punch. The Valari colony on Zarion 4 was peaceful. Blue skies, floating towers, families enjoying their day, no guards, no weapons ready. They believed Earth was finished. Then the sky turned red. A strange message appeared on every screen. In Earth's voice, "This is for New York." 1 second later, the first human stealth fleet arrived. Bombs dropped. Buildings exploded. Valari civilians screamed and ran. The humans didn't wait. They didn't ask questions. They came to burn everything. Earth's revenge. Begins back in Earth's hidden command center. General Steele watched the live feed from Zerion 4. The camera showed the city turning into smoke. First target complete, a soldier reported. No survivors, Steele nodded. Good. Next target? Valari listening post on Caltros 7. Send the Iron Ghosts. Earth was no longer defending. Earth was attacking. Iron Ghost assault. Caltros 7 on the snowy. World of Caltros 7. A tall communication tower stood in the middle of the ice. Inside, Valari officers joked and played music. Then, a warning alarm blared. Outside, the snow shook. 11 glowing red eyes appeared through the fog. The Iron Ghosts had arrived. One Valari shouted, "We're under attack! Call for backup!" But it was too late. Unit 02 jumped and slammed its fist into the tower, crushing it. Unit 07 fired twin plasma cannons, melting the entire Valari defense team. Within minutes, the post was silent. Valari denial back in the Valari capital. The council sat in silence. Zerion 4 is gone. Caltros 7 is gone. This must be fake. They're lies. Earth doesn't have this power anymore. But one Valari general stood and placed a data chip on the table. I was there. I saw them. Humans didn't just survive. They evolved into something terrifying. Scene 4. Human soldiers strike in shadows. Across the galaxy, human special forces began silent operations. In Sector 93, a Valari mining station exploded. In Sector 12, a cargo ship vanished, leaving only a floating Earth flag. In Sector E5, a human spy released secret Valari war crimes to the public. Each hit was quick. Each message was clear. We know where you are. We are coming. And we remember everything. Mars Shock Invasion Admiral Kira Sol led Mars's fleet toward the Valari colony of Vendra Prime. They had one order: show no mercy. The fleet came out of warp and launched hundreds of drones. The drones spread like a storm. Valari defenses tried to shoot them down, but the drones exploded near the power plants. The colony lost energy. Shields went down. Then Mars's. Heavy weapons began firing. Vendra Prime was erased from the map. Humanity's new tactic: psychological warfare. After every attack, humans did not celebrate. They left messages, video footage, written signs, hacked transmissions. We were peaceful. You broke that. Now we are your nightmare. Valari civilians were afraid to sleep. Every noise, every shadow. They thought Earth was there. And sometimes they were right. First captured prisoners on a dead Valari space station, humans found 3 survivors. They didn't kill them. Instead, they brought them to a secret base. A human officer looked at them and said, "You're lucky. We need someone to spread the message." He showed them video of Earth's destroyed cities. Tell your people. What they did. The Valari prisoners were sent home, their eyes full of fear, their voices shaking. Their stories made the galaxy listen. The Galactic Council panics in the Galactic Union HQ, ambassadors argued. They're going too far, but Earth was betrayed first. If we don't stop them now, they'll burn everything, one ambassador whispered. They already are. Then a human hacker broke into the Council's secure feed. A message played. You watched us burn. You did nothing. Now you'll watch them fall. The feed cut. The room was silent. Earth's morality. Crisis back on Earth. Some leaders met secretly. This isn't who we are, one said. We're attacking civilians. We didn't start this war, another replied. But we're going to end it, a soldier said quietly. They killed my family. I don't care what we've become. I just want them to feel what we felt. General Steele listened, then said, This is war. Mercy is a luxury we weren't given. In the great city of Alarion, capital of the Galactic Union, thousands of aliens gathered in the high tower. The Galactic Council had been called for an emergency meeting. Everyone was talking about the same thing. Earth. The screens showed terrifying. Footage, Valari colonies burning Earth's iron ghosts, crushing defense towers, civilians running from human soldiers, and a final message playing on loop. You watched us die. Now you will watch them fall. A silence fell across the room. Then, someone said what many were thinking. The humans are out of control. Division in the council. The council room was loud, shouting, accusations. One insectoid ambassador slammed the table. We must stop Earth now, before they attack more. A peaceful aquatic race replied, and how? Their technology is now stronger than before. Their ships move in silence. Their soldiers never retreat. A robotic voice from a steel alien race echoed, the Valari started it. Earth did not break the treaty. The Valari betrayed them. Another voice whispered, they're not just fighting back. They're making an example. Earth's allies begin to appear. A surprise message was sent to the Council by the Darkon, a small alien race known for being bullied by the Valari for decades. On the screen, the Darkon leader appeared. Earth spoke to us. They told us we don't, have to be afraid anymore. And we believed them. Gasps filled the chamber. Some cheered, others panicked. One Valari ambassador shouted, they're building an alliance. Earth is uniting the weak against us. Scene 3. Valari in fear. Inside the Valari, high command, chaos grew. Maps were full of red marks, locations attacked by Earth. Their homeworld's defense systems were activated for the first time in 200 years. The Emperor was no longer smiling. What did we do? He asked quietly. An advisor replied, we didn't just make Earth angry, we made them believe they're stronger than us. Black Site 0, Earth's observation room. General Steele watched, a private feed of the council meeting. He smiled slightly. They're afraid, he said. Dr. Arya Chen nodded. They should be. Behind them, engineers worked on new drone swarms. Faster, deadlier. Project Scorch is ready, an officer said. Targets? Steele asked. 3 military worlds, all Valari. He thought for a moment. Send a warning. First, one sentence. What should it say, sir? Steele replied. We're not done. The warning hits. Hard 3. Valari military planets received the same message. It played on all channels, a black screen, then fire. Then a human voice. Surrender is still an option, or you can burn like the rest. Panic spread across the Valari. Colonies. Some began evacuating. Some tried to contact Earth, but Earth didn't respond. Inside the council, secret meetings, late at night, inside the high tower, ambassadors from 5 different species met in secret. We can't stop Earth. But maybe we can join them. What if the Valari turn on us next? The humans offer strength. They fight for justice, but they fight without limits. They agreed on one thing. The galaxy was changing, and Earth was no longer the bottom of the chain. First-race defector race called the Solari, once loyal to the Valari, sent a secret message to Earth. We want to join you. We have weapons, ships, information. They expected silence. Instead, they received a voice reply from Earth. Then let's burn them together. Fear grows in the stars in every major city across the galaxy. Rumors spread. Did you hear? Earth took down 3 Valari fleets in one day. They have giant machines that think like humans. My cousin saw a human stealth ship disappear into a sun. The word human no longer meant weak or primitive. It meant danger. Scene 9. Earth sends a council message. For the first time since the betrayal, Earth sent a formal message to the Galactic Council. It wasn't peaceful. It wasn't soft. General. Steele appeared on every screen. His voice was cold. His eyes sharp. You let them betray us. You sat and watched as our world burned. You said nothing. Now we are here to remind you of one thing. We are human. And we do not forget. He paused. Then added, You chose silence. Now you will hear our roar. A new council is coming in the final scene. Ambassadors from different races look at each other. One says, "We used to rule. Now we're just waiting." Another replies, "Waiting for what?" A third speaks, "For Earth to decide if we live and or die." The camera slowly zooms out from the high tower, showing the galaxy spinning slowly, and one word flashes across the stars: judgment. Far beyond Earth, on the edge of the galaxy, a small planet named Erebus 9 turned silently in the dark. No signals, no contact, no signs of life. For 100 years, the galaxy thought the Erebus colony was gone, lost in a failed expansion mission, dead. But now, something changed. Deep under the surface, ancient systems flickered online, lights glowed, engines warmed, doors opened, a voice echoed through the facility. "Incoming data received. Earth has been attacked." The AI paused, then spoke again. "Earth calls for war. The time has come." And one by one, the lost colony woke up. They never died. The Erebus colony hadn't failed. It had disconnected on purpose. The colonists had grown strong. In silence, they had built machines, trained soldiers, and studied war in the shadows. No governments, no politics, just survival. They called themselves the Ashborn, the last breath of humanity's past and the first fire of its future. When Earth's distress call finally reached them, 100 years late, it was all they needed. Commander Reva Cade awakens. Inside a cryo chamber, a woman opened her eyes. She gasped as warm air filled her lungs. "System boot complete," said a voice. She sat up slowly. This was Commander Reva Cade, founder and war leader of Erebus 9, a legend thought dead. "What's the situation?" she asked. The AI replied, "Earth has been betrayed, over 2 billion dead, retaliation in progress, awaiting your command." Reva stood, her eyes cold. "Then we return, and we bring fire with us." Valeri shock, unknown ships, detected at a distant Valeri observation post. Scanners picked up strange signals. "New human fleet entering the system," said a technician. "But the energy signature is unfamiliar." Who are they? No one knew, until a single message came through. The static. "This is the Ashborn fleet, descendants of Earth. Your crimes are known. Prepare for annihilation." Then they cut communications. The Ashborn reveal their power. The Erebus ships weren't like Earth's or Mars's. They were faster, smaller, and built for hit-and-run warfare. Their weapons used void tech, a rare science that bent light and gravity. Valerie. Ships couldn't lock onto them. In 1 hour, the Ashborn destroyed 3 cruisers and disappeared into deep space. They left no bodies, no wreckage, only silence. Earth reacts to the signal back at Black Site 0. General Steele stared at the incoming signal. "It's real," said Dr. Arya Chen. "Erebus 9 survived." A small smile formed on Steele's face. "They didn't just survive, they evolved." He stood straight and said, "Send them a message. Tell them, welcome back." Mars meets the Ashborn Admiral Kirasol's fleet, met to Erebus fleet near Jupiter's moon Europa. They expected cold greetings. But when Reva Cade appeared on screen, she simply said, "Nice ships." "Yours explode better, or mine?" Kira smirked. "Let's find out." The two shook hands. Old Earth, new Earth, now united. The new human alliance forms on a secret moon base. Leaders from Earth, Mars, and Erebus met. Steele, Sol, Cade, 3 different types of human power. One goal. Cade spoke first. "Earth wants revenge. Mars wants war. We want victory. Let's give the Valari all 3. Sol added, "The galaxy fears us. It should." Steele simply said, "Let's begin the next phase." Together, they activated Operation Phoenix. Valari High Command in collapse inside. "The Valari Throne Hall. Panic spread. "They're everywhere," shouted one commander. "Earth, Mars, Erebus, they're all attacking. We cannot stop them." The Emperor stood, trembling. "Then we must negotiate." But one young officer replied, "They aren't coming to talk. They're coming to erase us." Ashborn Elite Strike. The Black Knives. On a quiet Valari mining moon, the Ashborn sent in their elite unit. The Black Knives. Silent killers in cloaked armor. They moved like ghosts. Within 40 minutes, the moon's entire leadership was dead. Every camera was cut. Every survivor left a note behind. We were warned. The Ashborn sent one message to the entire galaxy. It wasn't long, it wasn't friendly. It said, "We did not die. We did not forget. Earth is no longer alone. And the old rules no longer apply." Valari Command Station, Argon 7, was one of their strongest bases. 1,000 soldiers, shield walls, heavy plasma batteries. Nothing had ever broken through its defenses. But tonight, the stars looked wrong. One by one, their sensors shut down. Then the lights flickered. And then, nothing. Complete blackout. For 11 minutes, there was silence. Then, from orbit, Earth launched its first hell drop. Dozens of metal pods smashed through the station roof. From the pods came blackout troopers, humans in dark, thick armor, glowing. Red eyes, silent as death. They didn't speak. They didn't take prisoners. They cleared the station in under 20 minutes, and as they left, they burned a message into the command wall. "Blood for Earth. Humanity changes the rules." General Marcus Steele stood before a galactic map. The Valari had more ships, more colonies, more troops, but they were losing. Why? Because humans stopped playing fair. They used traps. Fake peace offers, EMP storms, suicide. Drones. Spy viruses, even fake refugee ships loaded with explosives. Where the Valari used honor, humans used pure rage. Martian Wrath Admiral Kira Sol led a new Martian fleet attack on Valari trade hub Zelvon. The Valari expected a slow siege. Instead, the humans crashed 3 empty freighters into the hub. Each one was filled with high-explosive plasma cores. The explosion tore the hub in half. Survivors were hunted down by Mars fire teams with zero emotion. Afterward, a Valari broadcast begged, "Why do you fight with such cruelty?" Kira replied coldly, "Because you killed our children." The Valari panicked. The Valari Senate met in emergency session. For the first time in 800 years, they were afraid. "They're using weapons we've never seen. They know no fear. They fight like demons." The Emperor looked at the stars. On the map, one by one, Valari systems were turning dark. "Send peace signals," he said, but none came back. Operation Firestorm begins at Black Site 0. Humans launched Operation Firestorm. Targets: 5. Valari supply worlds, 3 warship construction sites, 1 outer capital. Moon attack time, 6 hours. Total Valari deaths, over 9 million human losses, minimal. Valari. Civilians were warned to flee, but many didn't believe humans would attack so fast. Now they believed. The war becomes psychological. The Ashborn hacked Valari News networks. They broadcast human war songs, images of destroyed Valari cities, and footage of Valari war criminals begging for mercy. Then they played Earth's final message again. "You trusted. We trusted. You lied. Now you die." The Valari began to break. The blood banner on. The burning planet of Zarak 4. Human Marines raised a new flag. It wasn't Earth's old flag. It wasn't Mars's or Erebus's. It was a red-black cloth with a single symbol, a human hand holding a shattered alien skull. The galaxy gave it a name, the Blood Banner. Wherever it flew, Valari soldiers surrendered or ran. The Valari. Try to surrender. Valari High Command sent peace ships to Earth. They carried messages of apology. They begged to talk, But humans refused. General Steele said, "You taught us mercy was weakness. Now we'll teach you what strength looks like." Ravacade's revenge commander. Ravacade of the Ashbourne led a mission to Valari homeworld's outer colonies. No army, just one silent ship. Cloaked, she personally executed 5 Valari governors, responsible for bombing Earth's cities. She left only one message, carved into a palace wall. "This is for New York. This is for Tokyo. This is for Lahore." Humanity's reputation. Grows across the stars, alien species began to fear humans. They used to laugh at Earth's soft culture. Now they whispered warnings. Don't cross the humans. They don't forget. They don't stop. Some, small races even surrendered to Earth without a fight, hoping to avoid the same fate as the Valari. War reaches the Valari core, A's. The episode ends. Human fleets surround the final Valari systems. Their core worlds are next. Their capital planet glows in the distance. A fleet of 900 ships waits. But in the shadows, something else is coming. A new enemy watches the war unfold, and they don't like what they see. In the darkness between galaxies, in the space where light ends, they waited. Not the Valari, not the humans. Something older, older than stars, older than memory. They were known in whispers only, by names forgotten even by the Galactic Union. The few who knew them called them the Observers. They did not fight. They did not rule. They only watched. They watched galaxies burn. They watched empires rise. They watched species destroy themselves. But when humans broke the Valari, something changed. The Observers turned to each other for the first time in eons, and one of them said, "We must stop them," before they burn the stars themselves. Human victory. Nears the Earth Alliance had done the impossible. Valari fleets were in ruins. Only one world remained, the Valari homeworld, Cathoris Prime. General Marcus Steele, now Supreme Commander, stood on the bridge of the warship Revenant. Beside him were the last leaders of Earth, Mars, and Erebus. "One more strike," Steele said, "and the war is over." But just before the order was given, all the screens turned to static, all ships lost contact, and every soldier felt something, cold, unnatural. The Observers arrive above Cathoris. Prime, a new object appeared. Not a ship, a shape, a black sphere, large as a moon. Silent, motionless. Even the Valari had no name for it, but when it spoke, every human mind heard it. "You have broken the balance. You were not meant to rise so fast. You bring only war. We cannot allow it." The message ended, and then ships began to vanish. Human ships. Entire fleets. Gone. Without fire. Without sound. Just erased. First contact. With the Observers, General Steele sent a direct message. "You are not part of this war. Stand down." No reply. Instead, they responded by pulling Earth's moon closer, shifting tides and causing planet-wide floods. They didn't ask. They didn't talk. They judged, and they punished. Earth's struggle to respond, Admiral Kira Sol tried to launch a counterattack. Her fleet surrounded one of the dark spheres. Missiles, plasma beams, nukes. Nothing touched it. Everything stopped mid-space, frozen like time itself. Then, all weapons turned back toward the human ships. Thousands died in seconds. The Ashbourne fight-back commander, Reva Cade, and the Ashbourne were not afraid. They believed humans should never bow again. They sent virus storms through subspace. They hijacked the Observer communication network. They sent this message to the galaxy. "These gods you fear bleed." Then they showed footage. One Observer sphere, cracked, leaking strange blue-black light, hit by something Earth had never built before. Hidden weapon, Project Leviathan, in Earth's deepest vault. A secret project was activated. Project Leviathan. It was not a ship. It was a living weapon, built from alien tech found in the oldest corners of space. It had no crew, only a single command: destroy anything that touches Earth without permission. Leviathan launched without warning. It burned a trail of black fire through space, heading straight toward the main observer sphere. First observer. Dies, no one believed it. Not the humans, not the Valari, not even the observers. But Project Leviathan hit its target. The first observer in a billion years was killed. Its body collapsed into a star-sized black hole, and Earth sent one message: we don't kneel. The Galactic Union breaks silence. Now afraid, the Galactic Union finally spoke. They begged Earth to stop. They offered seats in the Council, rich planets, galactic respect. But General Steele refused. You watched us burn. Now you want peace? No, you get silence. The observers retreat, but warn, the remaining observers disappeared from space. But before they left a final message. You are free, for now. But every light you ignite will bring darkness. Every empire you build will be watched. One day you will beg us to return. Humanity changes forever. The war was over. The Valari were broken. The observers had retreated. But Earth was not what it once was. Billions dead, cities gone, families shattered. Humanity had won, but at a cost. Still, across the stars, their name echoed with fear. The humans, the monsters, the ones who destroyed gods. For 5 years, the stars were quiet. No more battles, no more explosions. The Valari Empire was gone. The observers had disappeared. Humanity ruled. They rebuilt Earth, restored Mars, settled hundreds of new worlds. For the first time in a century, humans felt peace. But peace has a price. And sometimes, silence is not safety. Deep in the Archon void, a dead zone untouched by light, a probe returned. It was launched 73 years ago. It wasn't supposed to come back, but now it did. And it brought a message with it, 3 words carved into its metal. We are coming. The forgotten enemy returns. General Marcus Steele stared at the probe. It was twisted, melted. Whatever sent it back had power Earth didn't understand. Ashborn intelligence identified the language on it. Not Valari. Not observer, something much older. Something from the pre-Union Wars, the era before the galaxy had records. They were known only in legend. The Hollow, a race that erased entire star systems. No survivors, no reason, only hunger. And now, they were awake again. The first attack colony, 451 Zeta, known as New Geneva, was a peaceful trade station. Population, 3 million. Defense fleet, 6 warships. Contact was lost at 0312 Galactic Standard Time. When Earth's recon ship arrived 11 minutes later, there was nothing left. No debris, no signals, not even dust. Just an empty black hole, exactly where the planet used to be. Earth's leaders reunite Admiral Kira Sol, Reva Cade, and Steele gathered in orbit above Mars. They all knew what this meant. Kira. They're worse than the observers. Reva. They don't talk. They don't demand. They just erase. Steele. Then we give them nothing. Not our fear. Not our planets. Not our sky. Operation Skyfire protocol was activated. Every fleet, every colony, every weapon. Earth would fight, not for dominance, but for survival. The hollow-speak human long-range comms were hacked. A voice played in every language at once, deep, cold, and echoing with hate. You killed the gods. Now we come for you. Light will end. Flesh will fall. Only hollow remains. Then, across 5 sectors, stars began to die, literally vanish. The hollow didn't just destroy planets. They ate suns. Battle of Calith 9 Earth. sent its strongest fleet to Caleth 9, where hollow ships appeared. They were not like normal vessels. They were alive. Their hulls screamed. Their weapons tore through space as if it were paper. Even Earth's Titan class. Dreadnoughts fell in minutes, but Earth's Marines didn't stop. They boarded a hollow ship and planted a Sun-core bomb inside it. It exploded in white fire, and for the first time, a hollow ship died. Message from Leviathan Project Leviathan, Earth's living weapon, sent a warning signal. Danger level, exponential. Hollow infection spreads through dimensions. Time may fracture. Immediate counterstrike required. Earth knew it couldn't fight this war alone, so they did something insane. They sent a signal into observer space. Earth's plea to the observer's general. Steele spoke directly to the void. You once feared us, but now something worse is here. You have power. We have rage. Join us, or we all fall. For hours, nothing happened. Then, a single word appeared in every Earth system. Agreed. Unlikely allies. For the first time, Earth and the ancient observers stood side by side. Observer dread constructs warped into hollow territory with Earth. Warships beside them, Ashborn cyber hackers rode inside observer data tunnels. Even old Valeri survivors joined in. This was no longer about politics or revenge. This was extinction prevention, and humans were leading it. The Hollow's homeworld Foundin. A starless pocket near the edge of the galaxy, humanity found something horrifying, a massive dead sphere the size of Jupiter. It wasn't a planet, it was a womb. The Hollow didn't build ships. They grew them. Billions of Hollow were hatching inside. Earth had one chance. They launched Operation Black Sun, a suicide mission to drop an artificial star into the Hollow nest. As the artificial sun dropped toward the Hollow womb world, Earth broadcast one final message. You erased stars. You erased voices, but not us, not humanity. We are the fire between the void. We are the fury you woke. We are Earth. And then the sun ignited. It lit the dark sector for the first time in 1 billion years, and the Hollow screamed. The galaxy was silent. Not the peaceful kind of silence, the kind that comes after a scream. The Hollow were gone, their womb world destroyed. Their ships vanished into fire. Humanity had won, but not without cost. 400 human ships lost, billions dead, Mars cracked, Earth's sky still burned red from orbital ash. The question now was not, what's next? It was, what will humanity become? A new council forms deep in the rebuilt ruins of Geneva. The surviving leaders met. Not alien leaders, human leaders. General Marcus Steele, Admiral Kira Sol, Reva Cade, Ashborn Queen Nyx, Observer Entity 17X, no Galactic Union, no Valeri, no old empires. This was the start of something new, a council of fire-forged survivors. They had earned this galaxy. Earth's rise, in less than 2 years. Earth became the core of a new galactic alliance. They didn't beg for seats in old halls anymore. Now, alien races traveled to them, seeking protection, trade, or forgiveness. The galaxy remembered Earth's fury, its power, its refusal to die. Some feared them, others worshipped them. Children of the Hollow, but peace never lasts. On the edge of Sector 73 Delta, strange ships appeared. Not hollow, but not alive either. A new species, smaller, faster. Whispering the words. We are the children. The Hollow were only the beginning. Humanity responds. Without fear once, Earth would have sent ambassadors. Now? They sent Leviathan, the bio-warship once feared even by the observers. It fired only one shot. One Sun-core missile. The alien fleet didn't even get to answer. They were erased. Message clear. Earth doesn't wait for danger anymore. Ashborn Legacy. The Ashborn, cybernetic humans built for war, evolved. They offered Earth a gift, the Genesis Core, a device that could birth new stars, control gravity, even reshape planets. With it, Earth began transforming broken worlds into human. Strongholds, not colonies, not homes, fortresses. Observer truths revealed Observer Entity 17X shared a secret. The observers didn't just study the galaxy, they feared something deeper. There are other voids, other realms. You have only seen one. The hollow were a door. Others might follow. Earth listened and began building dimensional barriers around core systems. Earth's message to the galaxy humanity didn't celebrate with fireworks. They didn't hold parades. Instead, they sent one broadcast across every system. No music, no leader's speech. Just these words in every language. We are humanity. We were betrayed. We were broken. We were nearly erased. But we stood, we burned, we learned. Now we rise, not as victims, not as allies. We are the storm. We are the flame. We are the new empire. The torch passes, in the mountains of the rebuilt Earth. General Marcus Steele stood alone, his uniform torn and faded. Behind him, the new generation, young commanders. Scientists, Ashborn hybrids, watched him quietly. He looked to the stars one last time and said, "We never wanted this. We only wanted to live. But when the galaxy forced us to fight, we didn't just survive, we became legend." Then, he handed the command key to Ravacade and walked away. Humanity's new flag in orbit above Titan, a massive flag waved across, a station wall, not Earth's old symbol. A new one, a black sun rising behind a steel phoenix, a sign to every eye that looked up. Humanity isn't just part of the galaxy anymore. They lead it.